guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and I have returned after an illness and catching up with work that I fell behind on due to the illness over the last week or so. But we are back playing some Motorsport Manager, Race 2 of Season 2. We are in Munich, Germany for the second race of the season, and there's 11 races in this season calendar. Opening up with a win for Rodriguez. Of course, Cruz didn't make it round the first race. He did sort of sputter out over the last two laps to the point where he had to retire. But he's got a great setup here, excellent all the way. Rodriguez set the fastest time, which I'm very, very happy with. Although he did set that on a great setup, which is why I sent him back out to try and snag a better setup, even though I sent him out with like 5 seconds left, so wouldn't really do anything that that would make a difference, really. So there is that. You can see in the standings, of course, Cruz has got to get off to a good start in 4th. We don't want him falling down the order. And Rodriguez we can play a little bit later with if we need to. So, race trim, yeah, we're not going to go for pit stop legend. I don't think push it to the limit is going to be good enough for us to take a chance on. So you can see we did go back on the great there. What I've done is I've slightly edited this one, however, which was our best setup. So hopefully that will see us in a good position. So we're going to go on soft full setup. And you can see a slightly different setup here for Cruz. He preferred a lot more downforce, it seemed. But overall, very happy with the way both cars should have ended up. So we'll see how we get on in the race itself. And so with that great qualifying session, or not qualifying, practice session under our belt, we can finish 3rd or above to get 1.2 million. We could have also chosen a sponsor that would have won the race. We would get 1.2 million, so not much difference. Dry in practice, dry in the race. That's what we've been told. We do have a risky part on Rodriguez. Okay then, guys. So, a risky part aside, we're hoping for a big climb from Rodriguez, but Cruz is in prime position. If he can get off to a good start, we might be able to get top 3 with him, and then Rodriguez comes in top 6 or 7, and things look rosy from that point. But I mean, the part conditions aren't great. That's kind of the big thing. So if we can just nurse through the car in certain ways, you know, I think we will be okay. I do think we'll be okay. And it looks like those parts actually, once he's used them, it just gets rid of the red zone completely. Are you kidding me? So I can give those parts to Cruz and then put new parts on Rodriguez and just wipe all those clean as well of red zone? I hope that's the case. Maybe it's just for Rodriguez, but we will find out. We will find out. But like I say, I do want to get 2 races in this video. So fingers crossed, here we go for the German Grand Prix. We're at 5 red light, and we are ready to go. So Cruz in 4th, Rodriguez in 20th. Good start, guys. The lights go out and the cars go off, and Cruz there. Decent start. Didn't really do quite well enough because Vannon got in his way. But we'll trade back the spot he lost to Dufa with Vannon there. So fairly happy with that. Let's just speed up time then. Sepala's going to try and come into the mix, but going to get shuffled away slightly. So we're going to see how this whole race pans out. Rodriguez already up a position. That's kind of what we want to see. I think at the moment we're going to stick on overtake mode because of the way things are. And we're just going to see what we can do in terms of tyre wear as well. So it looks like Rodriguez there making a little bit of a move up the field, up into 17th. Cruz at the moment holding 5th, and Rodriguez now up into 16th with a nice push. He's got some cars ahead of him that are starting to slack off. Couple go in the pits. He's up to 14th. That is a nice start. We are liking seeing that. So I'm going to come back to you after a little while and see exactly how we can get on a little later in the race. Come on. As he comes round the final turn, Bulgaria is sitting here in 3rd place. And Cruz is about to run out of fuel. You know, not much I can do about that. He did have excess fuel. I was trying to push him round into the pits. But for some reason, even though I clicked the pits, he had actually, he didn't actually go into the pit. So I'm not sure why. He's not going to drop down a place from it. He's going to finish in 5th. Rodriguez climbs up there to 4th. You can see, though, Cruz was very close to retiring again. We had to do work on both the cars. And that's a little bit of a shame. But Dufa will win, Elsa that 2nd, Balgue 3rd, and then Rodriguez and Cruz 4th and 5th. So good weekend for the team. Not a great weekend for our drivers, but it does put Cruz in the points. That's really good, and it puts Rodriguez in a very good position for the season. Don't break any rules. Really? Low, like I've only ever used 2 parts, both of which were low rule break. Both times they were found. Both times. Like, I've used 1 part that broke the rules in season 1. For 1 race we got caught. I've used 1 part that broke the rules in season 2, and we've got caught for 1 race. I've seen other people play this game. They have mediums and they run the whole season. They don't get caught. I don't know why we're getting caught so much. This is slight BS. Slight BS. That upsets me. We only go down to 6th though, and Cruz will take over our 4th place. So it does cost us the lead in the Drivers' Championship though. It does move El Sadat above us, which is a shame. Of course, we also lose the part, which is a shame. And Lisandro Cruz there up into a good place. But we are number 1. We are leading the way. I like that. So we're getting things done. Predator getting a lot of fans now, it seems, on that social media page over season 2. We're hoping to grow that even more and more. But we are competitive. If we can get the parts reliable enough, we'll be okay. That's one of the main reasons I really, really want to get things going in terms of the factory level 2. Because that upgrade will put us in a very, very good place. You can see Rafa's focus is going up very nicely. We like that. His feedback isn't too far off. Looks like Cruz is leveling up decent as well. And that'll give us a little bit of extras there. We do lose some money. Not worried about that though. We got 1.5 million in the bank. And we've got a chance at really stepping up to the plate. So I'm fairly happy with how we're going. 2 weeks till the headquarters are done. Like I say, that to me is going to be the key thing. So we're improving parts. We're going to have to fix up our parts there. The part has been banned. So hope it provides something with a lesson. Not really. Other people get away with it. We don't. So there's not much in terms of a lesson, I'm afraid. Big offer. 700,000 up front. 10 races. think I'm going to hold off till before the race to do that, and then we'll take it. But I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad. That'll give us a bit more money per race. You know, I'm going to be fairly happy with that, to be honest with you. So let's go into the car. Improve parts or reliability. So yeah, they are in the right place. They are indeed. Good. So, it sucks our suspension got taken away, so I think I need to get the reliability up on that. Just to begin with. So, working on suspension. We're working there to get that gearbox up a little bit. So, there's 10 points there. There's only a few points there, so we'll get off that. There's a few more there. Although if we really want to do something, we get cruise up. And that's 19. That's 19. Either or, doesn't matter. I'd say gearbox, because we're likely to go after a new set of brakes sooner. Yeah, we'll make a new set of brakes. That will put us in a good place. So, let's just go ahead then. We got a big chance to get something done here. And that just isn't going to work out for us. Neither of those deals are any good. Old George is going to be the boy. And that puts us up. So let's go here then. And I think brakes is going to be the way to go. So deceleration 25 to max. See, build time minus 3 days. So I can get that one in early. Even though it's risky, I can get that one in early. So we might be tempted to go down that route. That money we've just gained from our sponsor, we're going to put back into parts. That's going to be kind of good enough. Let's go see what happens then. Round 3 of the World Motorsport Championship in Beijing. Looks like Holtz is getting on top there. And as a result, Steinman are getting as well a good start. So, new brakes coming in. Factory's going to be coming in there. And then we're going to have a vote on top. So, what's this going to be? Surely we can be doing a bit better than Frederick Kelly. Really? You think we can be doing better than Frederick Kelly? Like, I don't know what you're smoking, Rafa, but I don't like it. So there we go. New brakes have been sorted there. So we're missing a suspension. So it's not much difference right now in them, but there will be soon. That's the big thing. So we've got to downgrade Lissandro Cruz's suspension. He's going to be at minus 18. It looks there like we're going to be +1 with Rafa, which is kind of all I'm worried about right now. Back your best driver, give him the parts to succeed. And we don't worry about too much else. So let's get that done. Upgraded factory. And that is absolutely fantastic. So that now gives us more parts slots to develop, more staff as well, which is really, really good. We're not going to be able to upgrade that for a while. But there we go. We have ourselves a factory. That design center will help out going forward. I'm looking forward to see what we can do with that. But now you see we've got a much bigger staff impact than we had previously. It's in fact double per day, of course. And that means that we can set up even more now going forward. So, we're looking at reliability. Let's get everything off at the moment then. And where do we really need reliability? We need those two big time. So let's get those brakes up. Let's get the engine up. And let's get everything. Yeah, suspension isn't really too much of an issue. So let's get that working as well. That'll make the jump. That will continue to grow. And then I guess those two. So let's get those two sets of brakes in. So let's get as much as we can before the race, even though it's only a couple of days, so that's going to be interesting. So, Rio de Janeiro. It'll be a new race for the season. I've got 3 voting power. I'm just going to vote 1 for yes. I kind of like adding races to the season. So let's see where this goes. And there we go. It went through. It would have gone through without us. We could have gained another vote, but we hold back 2 of our votes. We now add in Rio de Janeiro to the race calendar. And that means 11 will become 12. We've already added Cape Town. And now we're going to get Rio on the calendar for the next season. Whether we're in this sort of, this competition or not, it will be a part of the ERS next season. So let's see how we get going on here then. So yeah, again we're going to go for that 3rd or above, and I'm really hoping it's going to work out for us. Those brakes slightly worry me, but okay, that's kind of what we got to put up with. The rest of the car for Rafa should be fine. Again, it's going to be Cruz, if anyone. That is not going to be doing too good. But we're going to go here, round 3, head to Italy. Let's take it to the Milan Grand Prix. Hopefully keep Rafa getting his season off to a good start. Reclaim number 1 in the drivers. Hold number 1 in the Constructors' Championship. And get ourselves a bit more money in the bank to develop our car. It's going to be very important to develop the car this year and stockpile ready for next year if we can. Because if we do get promoted, it's going to be a huge jump. That's going to be a huge, huge jump. So let's just see then what we've got going on there. So we're pretty borderline with everything on Cruz. And yeah, so a little bit higher downforce. Not too much might be needed though. Ooh, 25.5 or 26. Let's go with 6s then. Let's go with 6s. We'll keep the rest the same. That's Rafa set up. Lissandro will be the same. How close that put him? Puts him really close. Okay. So you might just try actually 25s on Cruz. That's what we're going to set up for practice. I'll see you towards the end of practice. Or the start of the race maybe again, and we'll discuss what has happened. I'll see you guys back in another moment. Not quite done yet with practice, but it's interesting to see that Cruz there setting again an excellent setup, and nearly a second slower than Rodriguez, who we still haven't got that speed balance right. So this is Cruz's setup. You can see we went for that 5.5s. We notched the tire camber down just a little bit, and then a little bit extra on gear and stiffness. We went the wrong way to begin with. We went the wrong way. We went oversteer, we went acceleration, we needed oversteer acceleration, and we went a little bit of understeer and top speed. So We did that on both. We got ourselves great there. 99 once more. We just notch ourselves into a very, very good position. So, do we just go up a little bit more there? Maybe that's enough to jump up to 100%. I'm not sure. We've got 8 minutes left. So we're just going to see what that is. Good, however, isn't good enough in terms of the gear ratios. I am not happy with that. So we've gotten down, you can see, from great. And it's not by much. So I'm hoping if we do that, and then can we drop that in there like that? That might work. Yeah, I think that might work. So yeah, maybe. I mean, that's just gonna keep going, isn't it? Ooh. So I mean, I want to get back to that line, and I want to get under that A. That's kind of my goal here. If I get that one back in position, get underneath this A here, we should be okay. So step one's got to be doing that, hasn't it? So we'll be right on that handling. We'll just be a little bit off, but we could get more underneath the A for it. And I think that's what we're going to do then. So 3 more laps here. New tyres for 8 minutes. Let's get them both sent out and see where that goes. So the session about to pass out here, you can see Rodriguez doing a good job in his car. Cruz not doing too badly as well. Sits in 7th place. We make some changes that they wanted. We didn't quite get enough to get onto that next flying lap. But the change we made last time kind of worked out for both. Well, they worked out for Cruz. It didn't work out for... Well, actually... Yeah, no, they didn't work out at all. I don't even know what I'm saying. So, yeah. Overall, though, not a bad setup at all. And I'm just hoping that we were able to get the excellence on Rodriguez, because that was a little bit off. That was a little bit off. Again, doesn't seem to be raining. So I'm happy enough at the start of this race to go with those and not worry about anything else. And in fact, we didn't get the excellence. In fact, we came down on both greats. So just to the left of that. Okay. Yeah, that might... I don't know. I mean, that might do what I'm looking for. I don't know. Ooh, we're going to have to try and find out. We're going to leave Cruz set up the way he is. We're going to move full on with a change or two to Rodriguez, trying to get him all the way up there. And I'll see you at the red lights. 5 red lights. It's a decent start from Cruz, but he's going to get held up around him. Rodriguez also doing okay, though. Cruz is going to try and make a couple of moves up there, and he's already up there. Look, into 10th place. Has a cheeky look at 9th, but can't make it stick. And he'll lose back those positions. Now he'll drop back into 12th position round that. Going to drop now into 14th, down the home straight, and around that first turn. So Cruz not getting off to the best of starts. Rodriguez, I mean, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Now let me think. How are we supposed to approach this? I think lap 6. Yeah, lap 5, lap 6 we're going to want to come in, I think. So why don't we... Why don't we save a bit of fuel? We're not going to save the tyres because the tyres will last. But we'll save a bit of fuel with Rodriguez to try and set up Cruz on lap 5 and Rodriguez lap 6, I guess. We'll see how that works out. We will see how that works out. But overall, I think that we're doing okay. I think, though, Cruz is going to allow his teammate through if his teammate gets close. That's just a thing that's going to happen. But a nice little move there gets him ahead of his man. Or get ahead of his woman, I guess. Claudia Dreyfus. He's got 14 lined up. That's Marchetta with a little bit of an issue. Oh, wait. That's rain. How much rain? Ooh. Ooh. Yep, no. Right, Cruz, you come in on this lap. Get those inters. That sucks. That's gonna suck. And fix that up while you're at it. Risk it, son. Risk it. Let's get that going. Low fuel. And gonna keep on medium at the moment there with Rodriguez. So Cruz is gonna probably run out of fuel, which is kind of okay by me because he's gonna come in now anyway. I'm going to start trying to conserve some fuel there as well. So, and then you're going to come in for your set of inters. You get that sorted. We're going to risk that as well. So we'll see how this works out then. Might not be great. Also, that is right behind us. The rest of the the rest of the racers on this course aren't really in a position to do too much. Looks like we've got just about the right amount of fuel there for Rodriguez, which is fantastic. So we're going to push around with Cruz. Good, great, good. So that's fantastic. And we're going to come out there in 10th place with Rodriguez. A little bit more tyre wear, a little bit more fuel. We do fall behind El Sadat. Now, it looks like this is going to dry up a little by lap 10. But I'm going to wait and see how it goes. It might be that it's actually... Yeah, that it's actually in our interests here. Just to drop off a little bit. Just keep those tyre temperatures in a decent place. And watch and see. Yeah, that's going down. But then it goes back up, it looks like. So it dries around lap 10. And then it's going to get up again for lap 11. Now, is this going to be... It's going to be raining hard. This is going to be wet. this might well be wet tyres. This might well be wet tyres. So I think we can afford to pit him and then go for 3. We'll be battling Cruz. You know what? That's okay. That's okay, because I know Cruz is coming in. So that doesn't make much of a difference. And if we put Cruz on full wets, get him the fuel he needs, and then we risk a fast strategy and just see what we can pull out the bag here. So we're going to be sitting in 9th or 10th now with Rodriguez, but 9th's going to come straight back. Cruz there on his full wets a little early. A lot early. A lot early. Let's get Rodriguez out to avoid that pit lane, because I've got a feeling that this is actually gonna be well within our status here. So attack and medium should get us around. Yes, definitely going into those full wets. So Rodriguez could have this perfect situation where everything is going to come good for him. And that's what I'm hoping for here. That's what I'm hoping for. On full wets, overtake, let's go. I filled up on too much fuel, but that is fine. We're on full wets for the last part of this course. It looks like Valdez there managed to get ahead of us. And let's see then, on this last lap, can we make up what we need to? Can we get ourselves up into the running? Where we lost on that first bit, we now gain past these cars. Rodriguez moves up into 4th place on this final lap, closing down 3rd place fast. Who's got a mechanical issue and is on inters. We are the only ones on wets. Can we do the unthinkable here and catch 2nd place? I really don't see that happening, and it will not happen. But it will be a podium for Rodriguez. It will be the money boost. We're the only ones who waited enough to see if we could get ourselves there towards the end of the race. And we pit on wets way too early with Cruz. But we waited that extra lap with Rodriguez. I mean, Cruz wouldn't have made it round anyway. But we waited with Rodriguez. We got the wets. We gave up 2 positions. Then we gained 4 on that final lap. We managed to get up into the mix there. A little bit of errors along the way from myself, which, hey, I came through in the end with that choice of wet tyres. And that really saved that race. So the car isn't quite competitive enough at the moment when we're having to repair it. That's the issue. That's the first issue. So no risk of rule break because they keep taking my parts away. And there we go. We're going to get some big money out of that. We're going to move ourselves in a good position. Get ourselves a 3rd place finish. And that means we actually jump El Sadat, but so does Costa do Firmbalguer after us. And Stramby keeps us in 2nd place. Not what I wanted to see. We do move 11 points behind Ozu now. And that's going to be a pretty bad case for us. Not happy with that. Not happy with that at all. We need to make sure that Cruz doesn't crash out of the race. And that we don't have to fix his parts in both pit stops. Because that's what's killing us. That is what's killing us with his race. Rafa, we're almost there. If we can get the fitness... Oh, sorry, not the fitness, but the reliability of his parts up, I think things are going to work out quite nicely. I think it's going to work out quite nicely. So not quite where we wanted to be. Chairman's a little unhappy. But Cruz is getting happier. You know, we're keeping everything where we should be. We're almost in the position we want to be. And like you can see, guys, what a lot of money that is. That's a huge amount of money in our favour. And that does put us in striking position with Rodriguez for the Drivers' Championship. Plus the Constructors' Championship, we are in a good place for. In 5 weeks, that scouting facility will be done. And you can see that we've got a little bit of work left to do on some of these parts. But the headquarters is getting there. The drivers and staff are great. The sponsors are competitive. I'm really hoping that we can get things done this season. So, expect to finish high. I made a few mistakes. Chairman's not going to like it, but the drivers are. I'm not worried about Cruz. He's a good driver. And so, yeah, 2.8 million in the bank. We're going to go straight in and spend that money. We're going to get ourselves an engine. Yeah, I think an engine. So, what would that be? 112, 150. That's really, really good. Would be a rule breaker, but that's really, really good. And that's really, really good. So, I mean, that would just unlock that anyway. So, yep. Even if it gets banned, I don't mind. We'll put that to work. That money we just gained, we've reinvested in our new engine. And, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning up right now. So, car repairs have been finished. We lost our sponsor, so it's time to get another one. But third place here you can see at 1.2, and seventh there with the UK bonus. That could be really, really good. So 1.5 million. Again, we're going to hold off until just before, because I don't feel that we need to be doing too much else. So when the race comes along, we'll actually choose that sponsor. We've got this new engine coming up here. So let's get that in shape. So upgrade there for Cruz, a decent upgrade. He's not going to be very happy, but a decent upgrade for him. And Rafa there with a good chance at getting this engine underway. Come on. So let's see what we can do then. What do we definitely need to do? 60s? 60s is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. We're going to definitely need to get that one up. And 66 on these two. 62 and 61. So that's what we're going to be working on then. That's what we're going to work on. These parts will all start developing. But really, it's the reliability that we need to get things done on. So, let's set that up. Let's look at our new sponsors then. Second or above, 1.4 million. And a 4 times bonus for United States. Interesting. Interesting. Now, the shame is we don't have United States. However, that might be in the next one. But this is race 4, yeah? Yeah, no, see, that deal would run out. That's my problem. That deal would actually run out before next season. So that's a non-issue. That's a slightly better deal, but we've got to get slightly better finishes. But I think it's what I'm going to have to do there. Let's throw that in. Get ourselves that new sponsor. And let's continue getting these parts all fixed up. So Stromby might be leaving. Ozu, okay. I mean, his feedback sucks, but he's a good driver. We're going to get a scouting report there. Let's take a look at these parts then and see where we are. Okay, not bad, not bad. So I really want to try and get this up if we can. So we're just going to work on that on its own. As the WMC heads to the Black Sea. Sharp with a nice little win there. And Surikov getting a 3rd place. Nice podium in his home Grand Prix. That puts Panther in the race, it looks like. Now Steinman now still doing very well, but it's kind of a 2-horse race. Which might not have been the case a little while ago. So continue, and that's going to put us here. Let's go check out this part then. Where do we end up? 75% on our new engine. You know what? Absolutely fantastic. Those two need doing to get above 70. Those two need doing. We'll ignore that for the moment. We'll work on that on its own when we have a chance. Or maybe we won't bother. Yeah, we won't bother. Because we're going to be using this when we get the new suspension in and running anyway. So yeah, let's throw the engine in. Let's throw the engine in. But that's kind of where we're going to leave things. We could make some big money. But I think 3rd or above is kind of where we need to be. 1st, 4th, 3rd. We're in and around that position. We're slowly getting the car to a place where we can go after firsts all the time. But I'm happy seeing Rafa with a chance now at testing out some of these better parts and really starting to come into his own. And we're putting Cruz in a position now as well where his parts aren't just going to fail. They might fail, they might not, but they're not going to fail all the time. But that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this double header. And I'll see you back here soon. We're heading to Portugal, round 4 of 11, Season 2 in the ERS with Predator. Can we get things done? Tune in to find out next time. Till then, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.